Greetings, Dr. Will here. Welcome back to the serialization of what you don't know. Successfully lead a software project without tech expertise. Episode 20, Chapter 8, Protecting Your Investment, Maintaining Software, Part 2.
As soon as any code is written, it is being maintained. During the implementation, the code is written and debugged until it works to the developer's satisfaction. During subsequent rounds of testing, integration, system, and acceptance, additional defects may be discovered. Lather, rinse, and repeat. After deployment, users will always find new and unique ways of causing previously undiscovered defects to appear. Support for the user community ought to include some process to allow the users to communicate to the development and maintenance team that a defect has been detected. According to the IEEE, maintainability is the capability of the software product to be modified. Modifications may include corrections, improvements, or adaptation of the software to changes in the environment and requirements of functional specifications. The part of the system dedicated to resolving defects discovered during development is exposed to the customer during maintenance. How does the customer report a defect that they encounter? How does the organization manage that reported defect? This is direct customer support and, as a customer-facing activity, directly impacts the customer's view of the system's overall quality, hardware, software, support, etc. Customers will report problems they encounter. Those problems need to be handled, and the customer must be told of the resolution of their problem. They will also report ideas for improvements to the system based on their real-world use of the system. These requests need to be managed as well. Managing the resolution of customer or end-user reported defects should not differ substantially from managing the resolution of defects reported internally by quality assurance, testing, or other developers. Communication is needed in all cases. Maintenance activities provide cost-effective support to the system. These activities include most of the same activities as in the development part of the process. Development will be focused on creating new features and the necessary documentation to support them. Maintenance will focus on preserving the system's value for the user and ensuring the documents are kept in sync with the system's current state. When confronted with a reported defect, maintainers need to correct it. It is the same debugging process described in Chapter 7. The main difference is that during the implementation, the code is debugged by the original authors. A completely different team may perform maintenance. The maintenance activities start early and continue throughout the lifetime of the product. Once the product is deployed to the customer's production environment after first go live, you are on the maintenance stage of the project. This stage is where 80% or more of the lifetime cost of the system will be. The more successful the system, the longer lived it is, the longer the stage will be, and the higher the percentage. With 80% or more of the lifetime cost of a system incurred during maintenance, the maintainer should be one of the premier stakeholders in the system while it is being developed. New features. Truly new features for a system are those that were not part of the original or updated planning. If there's a roadmap for the system, and there should be, a truly new feature is one that does not appear yet on the roadmap. New features should go through the same engineering process as the original features, assuming the original features went through an engineering process. The requirements for the system should be developed and validated. The impact on the system architecture, including the data architecture, should be assessed. Required architectural changes should be explored and verified by the early development of a select set of architectural use cases or scenarios. With a validated set of requirements and verified architecture, the rest of the use cases or user stories should be identified and the roadmap for the system updated to reflect the addition of the new use cases or user stories, use case scenarios. Except where there are technical dependencies, the organization of the roadmap, the ordering of the use cases or user stories, is a project management decision that may be heavily influenced by marketing and sales. Process. The maintenance process includes all the activities and tasks necessary to modify an existing system while preserving its integrity. The maintainers of the code will often be a different group than the developers, even if they are the same people. If they are the same people, then some of the steps below are significantly easier, but in our gig economy day and age, chances are good that the original developers will not be maintaining the system long term. Unique activities performed by maintainers, unique relative to those tasks that developers also perform, include program understanding. Get and maintain a general knowledge of what the software system does, what the parts are, and how they work together. Transition. A controlled and coordinated sequence of activities progressively transferring the software from the developer to the maintainer. Change request acceptance and rejection. Requested modifications are evaluated and if accepted, routed to the correct team for development. Help desk. coordinated end user and maintenance support functions that mediates communication with the end user or customer and triggers the assessment, prioritization, and costing of modification requests. Impact analysis identifies areas of the system impacted by a potential change. Maintenance Service Level Agreements, SLAs. Maintenance Service Level Agreements, SLAs, and Maintenance License and Contracts. These are contractual agreements that describe the services and quality objectives. Agile development methods can be thought of as developing a system in a maintenance mode from the very beginning. To the extent they fail to produce and maintain necessary documentation, they operate in an ad hoc level of maturity and are often difficult to distinguish from the code and fix, SDLC.
That ends Chapter 8, Protecting Your Investment, Maintaining Software. Join us next time for Episode 21, Part 1 of Chapter 9, The Foundation of Development, Processes that Sustain the Work. That's it for me, for you, for now. Be careful out there. Bye.